Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Teo the Blind Bassist, and today I want to talk to you about my sudden neurosensory hearing loss. Stay tuned. Well, alright guys, there used to be this old joke, or a little cartoon you'd see, I guess, and it would say, missing dog, has one eye, missing an ear, has 3 legs, goes by the name Lucky. Anyway, sometimes I feel like that that actually fits me. So anyway, okay, well, I don't know if you guys remember, well, back in February of this year, 2021, there was a cold winter snap that blew through Texas, and we're definitely not used to that winter weather down here in the Houston area. So we had electrical shortages, electrical failures. As famous, it was on the news everywhere, so I'm sure some of you remember. Well, anyway, the very day that cold front blew through, and we had temperatures in the teens for the first time that I can remember here in the Houston area, well, I woke up with no hearing in my left ear. And of course I was concerned. My wife checked it and thought she might, she cleaned out the wax, you know, any potential wax. And then, you know, because of the winter storm, all of the doctor's offices were closed that week. So even though I did want to seek medical attention, I wasn't able to get an appointment till the next week when the electricity came back on. So the first 3 or 4 days especially, it was total complete deafness in my left ear. I was able to hear my fingers snapping in my ear on about the 4th day, very lightly. So I go to see my general practitioner, and she looks in my ear and does see some fluid behind the ears. So she prescribes me an antibiotic, thinking hopefully it's just a head cold. And then she also set me up with an appointment for the ear, nose, throat specialist. Well, because of the pandemic and because of the electricity going out here in Houston, the ENT was really backed up. So it wasn't another week or so that I saw the ENT. And I'd already done some research on the internet, and the ENT and audiologist both pretty much told me what it was that I thought I had. See, there's this syndrome called sudden neurosensory hearing loss, or sometimes known as sudden deafness. And it happens to about 1 in 5,000 people. It usually happens at about mid-40s, which I'm mid-40s. And it is suggested that when you do have that hearing loss occur, that it's wise to go see an ENT as soon as possible. Well, because of the storm and you know, the pandemic, I wasn't able to get to him as early as I would have liked. But you know, once I saw him, he explained to me what sudden neural hearing loss was. Explained to me that it was a syndrome, and they really don't know what the causes could be. They have a lot of speculation as to what the causes could be. It could be my diabetes, it could be an infection. It's just something they really don't know. That's why they call it a syndrome. Well, the number one thing that they do prescribe for it is steroids. So he put me on a steroid regimen, which was actually pretty rough on me. But after taking the steroids, he wanted to give me a few weeks and then go back to the audiologist to check my hearing again. And there was some improvement. I went from having 0% hearing in my left ear that first couple of days to, well, once the audiologist checked it a few weeks later, I was up to about 30% hearing in my left ear and about 95% in my right ear. So luckily, I do still have hearing in my right ear. But, of course, definitely bad news when you're blind and especially bad news when you're blind and you're a musician. So I've kind of been away from the scenes, kind of licking my wounds, kind of fighting depression. I'm also bipolar, so that doesn't necessarily an easy thing to tackle for me. But you know, like I said, I went through the treatment, and luckily my hearing was at the point where hearing aids would be something beneficial for me. So I was a little worried about the expense, but luckily I went to Texas Workforce Commission, and because I'm self-employed and blind, they offer extra services. Actually, they also offer services for the hard of hearing, which I am now officially, not only am I legally blind, I'm also officially legally hard of hearing. So luckily the Texas Workforce Commission, who helped buy me this nice keyboard about a year ago, are going to help me with hearing aids. They've been on back order. Like I said, the pandemic is making everything take a little longer than normal. So this happened back in February, and we're in early September now, and I'm should be getting my hearing aids towards the end of the month. And there's supposed to be a learning curve or an adjustment period. So looking forward to that, something I have on the horizon. That's a big reason that I haven't been producing any music, trying to mix audio, doing the mixing and mastering when you only have one ear. Kind of difficult. I've been trying to do adjustments. I've been just turning up my left side of the headphones up to where I can hear some, but you know, wanting to produce music, I think it's better that I have, you know, better hearing. So luckily the audiologist I went to is also a musician, so he understands the needs of musicians. So there's something good to look forward to, and both the ENT and the audiologist both agreed that hearing aids should bring back my hearing. So lucky for that. But you know, I've been through a lot of my life, so it's just another thing that I'm trying to take in stride. But you know, the time has come. It's the fall, so it tends to be my favorite time of year. So I'm back to wanting to make YouTube content again and start producing music again, and the things that, you know, make me happy, and the things that I feel I could give back to the world, even as a disabled person. So, all right, guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'm an open book, so I'm not shy about answering any questions. So I appreciate you guys listening to me. I appreciate all your support, and check back soon for more music content. I got my new audio interface hooked up, and I'm starting to get some presets. I don't know if you've noticed, but I added a little processing on the microphone now. Hopefully getting a little bit better sound, but still, you know, it's a slow process when you're visually impaired and, you know, having to relearn all my hotkeys and stuff. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram as The Blind Bassist. Please like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you very shortly with a new video. I promise I will be making more content more frequently. So glad to be back. See you soon.